All the wealth of this world comes from the labor of the working class, laboring on the world's natural resources. And yet most of that wealth ends up 81% of the entire value of the stock market. The richest 1% alone owns 40% of all the wealth. Now, Marx explains that capitalism creates its own great...
Right now, and that is that we are workers. It's in times like these, even heroes need their rests and a time to celebrate, and that is the great thing of what we have for today in May Day. Though unfortunately, there were many workers out there throughout history that were directly retaliated against, just like we were, for unionizing and wanting better for our workers. They're not getting the same attention that we were able to be fortunate to have. Today, I'd like to personally give my gratitude to people everywhere, workers everywhere, and the community everywhere. I'm very proud to see what we've been able to achieve as workers, whether it's for Starbucks, whether it's for Amazon, whether it's for Verizon, whether it's any type of corporation. This story is not new, and that's the exploitation of workers. In a day and age like this, billionaires do not become billionaires without the exploitation of workers just like you and me. We have the power of what we generate for their profit. We are the ones that were in charge of making them billionaires in the first place, and we are seeing crumbs, if anything. There have been many people, whether it was yesterday, today, and in the future, that have put down their lives for a cause like this because they cared more about the workers that they never even got to meet rather than themselves. It is the same type of selflessness that one needs to garner to be able to work for a cause like this, to be able to want just workers, to want the dignity and respect for workers everywhere. I have been given the great fortune to be able to travel to Seattle, to Memphis, to Austin, to across the U.S. and here to New York City, to be able to share this message with people everywhere. And my message is to recognize your power, recognize your dignity, and recognize your respect as workers.
The working class, because the working class is the overwhelming majority. The working class must unite against...
We're building an independent and democratic union for all restaurant workers. Let's give it up for Diego.
I'm sorry, I have like no one.
I've suffered over the past few years, which has led us to build a union. At the beginning of the pandemic, we suffered death and disease on the workers. We suffered mass trumped everything else, including life itself, for the working class. Today, the world is a little brighter. On the verge of emerging from the crisis of health, the working class is increasingly squeezed between skyrocketing rents. This is the Federal Reserve. They'll let the axe fall upon us. They'll sacrifice our standard of living in the hope of greater profits. As always, the bosses and their representatives will make sure that workers carry the burden of the crisis. The undocumented worker struggle. Above all, we must organize the unorganized. There are reasons for great hope. The examples of workers at Starbucks and at Amazon light up the path ahead.